we're now going to move on to the cinema viewing figures. So this is part 2, cinema viewing figures. Let's just make my head a bit smaller. There we go. There. Read instructions carefully. You can scroll. Well, so let's go. I'll see what this asks us to do. Well, this is task 5, cinema viewing figures. You're working for a cinema. Your boss has given you last month's viewing figures. She's asked you to present your figures in a way that makes them clearer to understand. So now what you're doing is you're going to put this into Microsoft Excel. Download the file films by clicking on the link at the bottom of the page. Enter the data from the file in a spreadsheet. Your spreadsheet should show the viewing figures for each film each week. Add appropriate column headings. The information within the file will help you decide on the headings. Format the spreadsheet so that all the text is viewable on screen. The headings are in bold. Add a column with the heading total views per film, and a row with the total viewers per week on your spreadsheet. Calculate the total number of viewers per film for the 4-week period, the total number of viewers in the cinema per week. Then create a chart. Now, if we click choose file from the sample assessment material, it won't allow us to do it. So you probably would have had to have done this with your tutor, but I've downloaded this file already, film text. So I'm just going to click on that and open it. And this is the text here. I'm going to press Control and A, Control and C, and copy it. I now need to open up Microsoft Excel, blank workbook, and there's a number of different ways that I can put this in. I'm going to start in cell B3 because I'm going to add column headers. If I press Control and V, it now puts everything into one cell for each, and then I would have to go into individually, move Batman out. Oh, let's see. Cut Batman out there. Control and V, put that there. Week 1 is 180. Week 2 is 135. Week 3, 145. 126. So I'm going to, might as well do this. I'm going to call that film. I'm going to call this week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So I can do it that way. The next one is Superman. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. And that's 220, 225, 230, and 250. The next one, Avengers, 260, 180, 200, and 197. And then Star Wars, 362, 389, 345, and 258. So that's one way that I can put that in. I could also, because I've copied that, now I'm going to select it all again, Control, copy. I'm going to click in the cell that I want to put it into. If I go up to the paste button and then use text import wizard, I could do it this way as well, but don't do it this way if it's going to confuse you. It's delimited text, which means that commas and what have you and semicolons change it. So I'm going to use delimited. I'm going to go next. I'm going to use the semicolon, and then I'm going to click other, and then I'm going to use the colon there. And we can see separated it into that, and then I can click next, next, finish, and it's put my data into that, like that. And all I'm going to do is make these cells the width there. But what I would have to do though is go into each cell though, and then delete that. So there's different ways that you can do it. Okay, so choose the way that works for you. So I'm going to delete where it says the week, so I'm going to put week 1 there. So there's different ways that you can do it. Maybe the top way is easiest, then you're not going to make mistakes, so you can do that. So let's just do it this way so you can see. Okay. So you can see I'm having to click into the cells and then delete where it says week there. I could just type 230, 200, and it gets rid of the other stuff for me. 345, that might be probably easier. 126, 250, 197, 258. Yeah, that's probably quicker actually. It's just right clicking in the cell and deleting, and then just writing in. I need to delete these rows now, so I click on that row, delete, click on that row, delete, click on that row, and delete. So you can see I've still got the same figures there. Right, I'm going to delete that data there, and I'm going to delete these because I only need one set of data. So now we've got these headings, so let's just put these headings, we're going to make them in bold, bold them, and we'll make them bold. And let's just go back and see what it wants us to do. So add a column with the heading total viewers per film. Well, let's just click on that and highlight that. I'm going to copy that, go back, double click that, press Ctrl and V. Now that's made that quite big. So what I can do, I can either make it that big, because you've got to make all your text viewable, or I could just click on the cell and then go onto here, which is the wrap, and it moves it down there for me. So total views per film per week. Next one, and a row with a heading total viewers per week. Yeah, cool. So add a column with the heading total viewers per film, and then a row with the total viewers per week. Okay, so I'm going to click into that, Control and V, and likewise I'm going to double click that so I can make that. Right, there's a number of different ways that we can do this. Excel will make this extremely easy for us. I'm going to show you a number of different ways to make this, to add these in. I could click in here, go auto sum, and it will put the figure in for me there. Press enter, and I could then just double click that down now, double click there, and it will put the values in there for me. Likewise here, auto sum, and it will work out that for me. Drag that across, and then it's worked out these for me there. So that's one way that you can do it. Okay, and we can see that it's the sum of them there. Or alternatively, what I can do is I can highlight these cells here so that the total viewers per film is not filled in and the total viewers per week is not filled in. And then I'm going to press Control and equals, Alt and equals, and it will put them in for me there. So that we can see that that's good. Now I'm going to make that a little bit better. I'm going to add a border. I'm going to maybe give a bit of colour. I don't know if it asked me to do this, but I'm going to add a bit of colour there. Maybe a little bit of colour there. And the figures I'm going to make in bold so it stands out. Let's go back and have a look what it asks us to do now. Format the spreadsheet so that all the text is viewable, the headings are in bold. We've done that. Add a column, we've done that. Total views per week, and a row and in total viewers per week, we've done that. Okay. Create a chart which shows the total viewers per film in week 1. Okay. So this is week 1 there. So I just need to highlight that there. I don't need the total views per film, it's just the total views per film in week 1. Let's just go back and make sure that's the case. Create a chart which shows the total viewers per film in week 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back to there. So I've highlighted this here, go into insert, recommended chart, I'm going to do all charts so I can get my different colours. There we go, and I'm going to click OK, and it's put my chart in there. My chart title, well, I'm going to use the title of what it is here. Create, which shows the total views per film per week in week 1. I'm just going to copy that. Go back, double click my chart title. Double click, or click on do, Control and Z, just double click into there. Control and V. There we go, in week 1. So I've saved me a bit of there. I'm now going to add a chart element, the label, chart axis title, primary vertical, and I'm going to call it number of viewers. And you can see it comes up in the formula bar. It's not changed there, but as soon as I press enter, it will then come up there. So there we've got our legend. We've got total viewers per film in week 1, number of viewers, and now we've got that there. So it's good. So we can get rid of that. So right, let's have a look and see what it asks us to do now. Save your spreadsheet in your digital skills task 5 folder, call it cinema by your name. Okay, so it's in the task 5 folder. Save as, browse. Okay, EDSQ, task 5, cinema, and by my name, Nigel. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side because I just want to check, just to make sure that it is, that I've done everything that it asked me to do and that I've not messed up. You're working as a cinema, download the film by clicking on the link, spreadsheet. So viewing figures, I've done that. Add appropriate column headings. The information within the file will help you to decide, well, that's the film. Column heading there, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Let's put them in the middle there. Okay. Format your spreadsheet so that all the text is viewable. What it means that all the text is viewable is if I go like that, this here, week 4, has been truncated, so I need to make that viewable. One way that you can do that to make sure it's all viewable is to just highlight all the cells, and then in the middle, just double click, and then it will put it in the format so that all the cells have got the information. Cool. The headings are in bold. Well, there we go. Films. These don't need to be in bold. If you don't want to, you don't have to put them in bold, but I'll leave that. It's up to you. Add a column with the heading total viewers per film. There we go, total viewers per film, and that will add up how many people have seen Batman. And total viewers per week. Total viewers per week. On the spreadsheet, calculate the total number of viewers per film for the 4-week period, the total number of viewers in the cinema per week. Okay, so this is total viewers per week in the cinema. So if we click in there, we've got the sum of that one there, and that's good. Now we need to make sure that the formula is the same sum. We can't have this one and then it say equals this, that, and that. So what we don't want to do is that equals that plus that plus that plus that. Although the formula is correct, it's different than that one, so we don't want that. So we need to make it the same. And then we've got the formulas going here, and we use the auto sum function there. Good. Create a chart which shows you total views per film in week 1. Make sure the chart is clearly labelled. So we've done the chart in week 1 and it's there. We've given the heading what they've asked us to do. And is it easily understandable? Yeah, total views per film in week 1. There we go. We can see that Star Wars is there, number of views. So week 1 again, remember, if I was just to click on this, we can see that it's got its data from this bit here. It doesn't ask us to do anything else, just week 1. Make sure you read the question. So we've done that. I'm going to close that down now. I'm happy with that. And the final bit then is to upload it. So we choose the file. We go to task 5. There it is, Cinema Nigel. Upload. And then that will be uploaded. So hopefully that's question that done. So hopefully you didn't find that too difficult.